गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Here we are sitting purely informally, so I don't like to give a one-way speech here. Instead of that, we can have an interactive session. So whatever questions you want to ask or whatever doubt you have, without any hesitation you can ask. However, we are sitting here and to begin with, let us have a small, not an introductory talk, but some aspects of the present day Hinduism. See, when we travel around the world, whether we are in this America or Europe, when we go to Australia, more than 40-45% of people are saying we are non-religious. It may vary. In some places it is 40%, some places 45%, like that. However, more than 40% of present day generation, they are saying we are non-religious. Saying non-religious never means we are against the spiritual path, or we are against spiritual inquiry. We are against inquiring the absolute reality. No. It means we don't have faith in faith-based religions. Because in faith-based religion, you have to believe. There is no other option than believing. You have no right to question what is written in the books. What sort of dogmas has been transferred from generation to generation, you have to accept or you can reject. There is no way for rational thinking there. Human being, of course, he have different faculties, emotional, intellectual, and so many faculties are there. He is loving, he likes to be loved. So many aspects are there. But basically human being is a rational being. Rational thinking is there. So he will question, what is this? Why it is so? How it came? He's a questioning being. If he is not getting proper answer to his question, you cannot bind him forever. in religion, in politics, whatever it is, in faith-based systems. All these are faith-based systems. The present-day politics and religion, all these are faith-based systems. You cannot tie a person forever. And therefore, we can see people saying we are not religious. But when we talk with them, they will never be against our Shastras. Not only that, when we converse with them, we will see they are in the way of Shastras. Because our Shastras, take the case of Vedas, take the case of Upanishads, or now there was a chanting from Bhagavad Gita. Take the case of Bhagavad Gita, which is the summary of the Vedas. Or take the case of Puranas or Itihasas. All are dialogues, all are question answers, all are presented in the form of questions and answers. Somebody will become and asking questions, some others will be replying. That is the pattern in which all our Shastras are presented. What does it mean? Who allows questioning? Only when we have a scientific, we are accepting the scientific methods, or we have a logical approach, a rational thinking, then only we will allow others to question. Otherwise we will ask, believe, believe, believe. What I am saying, that is the final word. So this is the place where our Sanatana Dharma can work. This is the place where we have to work. This is the place. Because there is a huge gap. Many are becoming non-religious people day by day, and that is the place where we have to work. Then the question may come, why should we work? Let them be. So let them live as they wish. Why should we work? We will get the answer from the Vedas. In the beginning part of the Rigveda Samhita itself, there is a piece of mantra, Krunvanto Vishwamaryam. Krunvanto Vishwamaryam. What does it mean? Krunvantaha Vishwamaryam. Vishwam Aryam Krunvantaha. We can make the whole world great. We can make the whole world great. This is the meaning of that piece of mantra. See, to learn the inner implications of this mantra, let us go to Valmiki Ramayana for a while. While describing Ayodhya and while describing Lanka, Bhagavan Valmiki, the author of Valmiki Ramayana, he says there were hundreds of Shadagnis deployed around the city of Ayodhya. There were hundreds of Shadagnis deployed in equal distance around Lanka. What is a Shadagni? I don't know exactly what Shadagni is. But the word meaning of Shadagni is, it is a weapon which can kill hundreds of people in one deployment. in one burst, it will kill more than 100 people. That is the meaning of Shadagni. Shadan Ghananti iti Shadagni. That which can kill more than 100 people. So, whether it is a missile, I don't know what it is. However, it is not a simple weapon, because in one burst, it will kill more than 100 people. So that means that much weapons were there, and as an Upaveda of Veda itself, there was Dhanurveda. Dhanurveda deals with making different types of arms and different weapons, mainly Shastras and Astras. Two types of weapons are there. Even now, there are two types. One Shastra and the other Astra, which is used holding in the hands, that is Shastra. Which we throw away is Astra. That is the difference. So, in those days, our rishis knew that much Astra Vidya and so many types of Astras and Shastras. And easily they could have asked us to conquer different continents, go here and there, make your kingdom, because you have this much of weapons with you. And warfare also. So equipped with that, go everywhere and kill other kings and make your kingdom everywhere. They could have asked, but never they did ask so. Nowhere in the Vedas, nowhere in the Itihasas or Puranas we can see such exhortations. Instead of that, what is taught? We can make the whole world great. How you can make the world great? Only through spreading the great teachings of the Vedas. Only through spreading knowledge. Taking the wisdom of rishis everywhere. That is the only way to make the world great, make the society great. So this is the responsibility given to us. This is the task we have to shoulder. There is no doubt in that. And because of that, the term Bharat was coined. What's the meaning of Bharat? Bharatam. What's the meaning of Bharatam? In the Paniniya Dhatu Patha, the Dhatu, that is the root, Bha means light, effulgence. Bha Deeptau. So the meaning of Bha is effulgence or light. That which is having the bliss or that which gives the bliss of light is Bharata. Or that which have the bliss of light is Bharata. So that which have the bliss of light or that which gives the bliss of light, that is Bharata. What is this light? Light is knowledge. As well said by Bhagavan Bhashyakara Shankaracharya in one of the Bhashyas, Sarvesham Bhasamananam Shobhamananam Shobhanatama Hi Vidya. Knowledge is the greatest light. There is no other light greater than knowledge. So what's the meaning of Bharatam? That which is having the bliss of knowledge or that which gives the bliss of knowledge is Bharatam. That's the meaning of Bharatam. India do not have such meanings. See, So it is our duty, it is our responsibility to take the light of Bharat to the whole world. And that is the only way to make the world great. And in the present day world, we are seeing that there is a gap. We have to fill that. It is our duty to bridge that. How? By spreading the knowledge of rishis. It is not the duty of some sannyasins. It is not the duty of some grihasthas. Collectively we have to do that. See, every one of us may know that all the smritis came as explanations to Vedas. Smriti includes Puranas, Itihasas and Dharmashastras. When we speak about Dharmashastras, the first text we will remember is Manusmriti. Manusmriti. That is the first Smriti. And in the beginning part of Manusmriti, we can see detailed description of different continents of this earth, Mother Earth. Detailed descriptions of different continents, 7 continents. And within that, we can see detailed description of Jambudvipa. Jambudvipa is Asia. Jambudvipa is Asia. And within that, there is detailed, very detailed description of Bharata. And in that, there is a shloka. What is that shloka? That is, Edad desha prasutasya sakashadagra janmanaha swam charitram shiksheran pruthivyam sarva manavaha. See? Pruthivyam sarva manavaha edad desha prasutasya agra janmanaha sakashad swam charitram shiksheran. Let all people from the whole world, Pruthivyam, not from Bharat, not from Jambudvipa, from the whole world, let people come to the man born in this Bharat. For what? For studying their own history. Swam charitram shiksheran. Let people learn their own history from a scholar from Bharat. What's the meaning of that shloka? Bharat was the Jagat Guru, the teacher of the world. And even now, Bharat is the teacher of the world. There is no doubt in that. There is no doubt in that. So it is our duty to take the great messages of our rishis from our shastras and distribute everywhere. Everybody can do this in their own way, according to their own capacity. Everybody cannot do in the same way, but everybody can do. There is no doubt in that. Because there we started this talk, more than 40% of people are not believing in the present day religions as they are faith-based. Because human being is rational being and thinking being, and so they must get answers to their questions. These answers we can see in our Shastras, most logically presented, the most rational way, but first we have to understand that. First we have to go deep into that and take the gems from that and distribute in this world. This is our present day duty. How we can do? Of course we have to do. We can do. There is no doubt in that. In the present day world, there is no doubt Bharat is again becoming slowly the teacher of the world. See, after a few years, we may not be living here, but our next generation, they will definitely see that. There is no doubt in that. Bharat leading the whole world. Because, see, there is a point of saturation, or there is an optimum point for this, what we can call running behind external objects. This, that, as aptly said in the Upanishad, na vittena tarpaniyo manushya. Of course, for our transactions we must have wealth, we must have money. There is no doubt in that, for our transactions. But above that, there is no use of that. There is no use in that. A human being cannot be fulfilled by having money or by having external wealth. Of course, external wealth we must have, money we must have for our transactions. Other than that, there is no meaning. There is no meaning. So, vittena tarpaniyaha na manushyaha. Fulfillment will not come through external wealth. So, human being will reach at a point which we can call the point of saturation or an optimum point, and reaching there he will, there is no doubt, he will inquire what is next. What will take me to a point of fulfillment? Not happiness, not satisfaction. Of course, we must have happiness. We must have satisfaction. But above happiness and satisfaction, fulfillment must come. From there it will come. From where? That inquiry will take us to the next level, and there the only teaching which gives an answer in a most logical way is given in our Shastras. So tomorrow we have to give this Shastra to the world. If we are not preparing ourselves, what will happen? There will be a void again, or our children or grandchildren will have to learn this from others. And when they learn from others, many misrepresentations will be there. Just like, see, now in almost all universities of the world, here also in America also, so many centers of Indic studies are there. Indological studies. What they are teaching? Everything against Hindu Dharma, against Hinduism, against India itself, in the name of Indological studies. And so many study materials are there. We are not putting in the proper way, which will be taken by these modern teachers like Google, like these AI apps. So what material they are getting, our children are getting, all distorted things. If we are not making or keeping new materials in the web store, Our children and grandchildren will go on searching and getting these misconceptions. So it is our duty to make as many resources as possible and keep in the web. Everybody cannot do this, but we can do, we will do. So in many ways, which are suitable in the present day world or in the future world, we have to do this, and we have to make Bharat again the Jagat Guru. Not for the sake of Bharat, but for the sake of world to exist. So prepare ourselves. Everybody can do this. Everybody can do. So this is a topic which we have to keep in mind. And of course, just to begin, only a small subject I have taken. Now, whatever questions you want to ask, you without any hesitation you can ask. Because more than a one-way speech, we can have an interactive session, a question and answer session. So without hesitation you come forward and ask. Then we will have a session.
ചോദ്യം ചോദിക്കേണ്ടവർക്ക് മൈക്ക് ഇവിടെ ഉണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. അപ്പോൾ ആരെങ്കിലും ചോദിക്കേണ്ടവർക്ക്.
There is no any subject restriction, nothing. Whatever be the subject.
Namaste Guruji. There is a topic always going around about Sanatana Dharma and Hinduism. I just want to understand, is there a difference that you need to talk or say anything about it? Like, what's Sanatana Dharma and what is the difference between that and Hinduism?
See, what is Sanatana Dharma? Why it is called Hinduism? Is there any difference? Or are they both the same? First of all, we cannot explain in this sitting what dharma is, because it is such a long topic. We have to sit for days and days together to understand the word meaning of dharma itself. But still, what's the meaning of dharma? The term dharma comes from the root dharane. Dharane. To hold together. So dharma is that which is holding everything together. Dharma is that which is holding everything together. Dharana dharma ityahu. See, from minutest atom or to still smaller levels we can go, from subatomic particles to the grossest universe. What is the limit of the universe we do not know. And even the concept of universe itself is slowly going, because nowadays we are talking about multiverse and all. So the term universe itself is going, multiverse. This is not a new concept for us, because those who are chanting Lalita Sahasranama, they know Ananta Kodi Brahmanda Janani, the mother of innumerable Brahmandas. Those who chant Shiva Sahasranama knows Aneka Kodi Brahmanda Nayakaha, the leader of innumerable crores and crores of Brahmandas. Within one Brahmanda itself, there are thousands of galaxies. In one galaxy, how many stars are there? We do not know. Innumerable. And within one star, how many What sorts of worlds are there? We do not know. It is anantam, ajñātam, avarnaniyam. But we know this much. There are innumerable brahmandas. All these are andas, brahmanda, oval shape. That is given by our rishis. See? So, right from the smallest subatomic particle to the grossest universe, everything is held together by a scheme, by an order. And that order, that scheme, or that rule, which is holding everything together, is called dharma. Dharane. Then some may ask, then what is the meaning of dharmic life and all? If you are saying it is the scheme of the world or that which is holding together, then what is dharmic life? Dharmic life is that life which is, after understanding the scheme which is holding everything together, when we adjust our life in conformity with that, in consonance with that, that is dharmic life. The essence of dharmic life is, we can see that in one single shloka written by Bhagavan Vedavyasa. Shruyatam dharma sarvasvam shrutvaitadavadharyatam atmana pratikulani paresham na samachared. You people, you hear the essence of dharma, what it is. Simply hearing will not do. You abide by it. What is that? Atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharet. Don't do to others what is not acceptable to you. This is the essence of dharma. Don't do to others what is not acceptable to you. Atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharet. So that adjusting with the scheme which is dharma is dharmic life. That is dharmic life. And this dharma, it is not made by somebody. It is not invented by somebody. It is the perennial scheme which is here, which was here, which will be here. And it is said in the Veda itself, in the Shukla Yajurveda, it is said, Yatha tathyato arthan vyadadhat. Everything is held together in such a way as it should be. So there is an order. Nobody can negate that. And that order is dharma. And when we say it is sanatana, everlasting, what is the meaning of that? It is not made by somebody. It is there, that scheme is there. Everything happens within that. See, 100,000 of galaxies are having their birth and death in that. The earth emerges in that and it dissolves in that. There must be a substratum in which everything is having birth and death. And what that substratum is? It is sanatana. It is everlasting. So that everlasting dharma, unending dharma, it is sanatana dharma. It is not limited to Bharata. It is not limited to America. It is not limited to earth. It is the universal order. And our rishis discovered that. Our rishis discovered that order. And out of limitless love and care towards the society. They taught that unto the world. And their teachings is collected in the literature which we call Veda. And as it is extolled in these Vedas, it is known by the name Vedic Dharma or Vaidika Dharma. As it is everlasting, it is called Sanatana Dharma. And this teaching was given to the world from the land which begins from Himalayas and ending with Hindu Samudra. It is called Hindu Dharma. Himalayam Samarabhya Yavat Hindu Sarovaram. That piece of land which begins from Himalayas and ending with Hindu Samudra. Hindu Samudra is Indian Ocean. So that land between Himalaya and Indian Ocean is Hindu. Hindustana. So it is Hindu Dharma. So Hindu Dharma, Sanatana Dharma, Vaidika Dharma, all these are synonyms. And what is Hindutva? Hindutva is the bhava of Hindu. Being a Hindu is Hindutva. Because Twa Pratyaya comes in the bhavartha. Twa Tal. Both of these pratyayas are in the bhavartha. So being a Hindu is Hindutva. Nowadays, without studying Samskrita, people are saying, oh, Hindu is very good, very noble being. But Hindutva, it is not good. They are dangerous fellows. Hey, what is the difference between Hindu and Hindutva? The bhava of Hindu is Hindutva. Hindu is a very good fellow. Even if you kill him, he will laugh without resisting, even resisting. No question of beating back. He will have everything. He is a good man. But Hindutva is very, very dangerous, you see. So, there is no difference at all. All these are synonyms. Sanatana Dharma, Hindu Dharma, Vaidika Dharma, all these are synonyms. Is it clear? Namaste. So, anything more?
There is a story in Mahabharata. Swamiji, so there is a story in Mahabharata about Ashwatha, that elephant is dead, that kind of a story that in order to make Drona, helpless or, weak, there is some story about that, right? So, is it, in our scriptures, is it okay to say a lie? That's the first question. And the second question is it okay to hide it? Is it okay to cover it for some kind of, achievement or some kind of victory or to make somebody happy? Is that something good in our scriptures?
See, this question is connected with Yudhishthira saying Ashwathama Hatah Kunjara. So Ashwathama Hatha is, what does it mean? Ashwathama is killed. Then in slow voice he says Kunjara. That is an elephant. Ashwathama is an elephant. So the question is it legitimate to say lies in this life? Can we follow that? This is a very complex situation. Very complex situation. Because in Mahabharata we can see Bhagavan Sri Krishna not in a single occasion, not twice, but in many occasions, crosses the rules or trespasses the rules laid down in the warfare. And he asked Yudhishthira, without any doubt, in this situation, you must tell a lie. It is against Veda. So, is it acceptable? The question is very simple, but answer is not that much simple. Because, see, but everybody or the majority, even if there is no everybody, majority are coming together. And they are uniting with adharma. Because of money power, because of political power. In the name of many such powers, everybody is coming together and attacking dharma. Then, for the protection and sustenance of dharma, we can go to that much extreme stages by which adharma can be subdued. See, take the case of two avatars, Rama and Krishna. Rama is the personification of dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. Rama is the personification of dharma. So there was a battle between Rama and Ravana. Rama was fighting against Ravana. Why? Not to protect Ravana, but to kill Ravana. But Rama saw Ravana is tired. So Rama asked Ravana to go and have rest. Come back, fully energetic, and then we will fight. If it was Krishna, what would Krishna do? He will kill Ravana when he is weak. Because Rama and Ravana were fighting for the establishment of dharma. That was the part Rama was playing. And there was that battle was 1-to-1. Whereas here almost all kings were with Duryodhana. Only because Duryodhana was having money power and political power, everybody was with Duryodhana. When situation was that, Sri Krishna advocated for the protection of or for the establishment of dharma. We can go to any extreme points, and Krishna taught that. Krishna advocated that. Then there comes the question, is it right? Is it right? Then there is another question. Do you have the right to speak about righteousness? Do you have the right to speak about righteousness? This question is answered very well in Mahabharata itself. Because, see, when the wheel of the chariot Whose chariot? Karna's. It was stuck in the soil. Against the rules of war, Krishna asked to send the bow. You kill him. Asked. Then question came, is it right? Is it right? Then Sri Krishna asked back, have you the right to speak about righteousness? Where it was when a woman was attacked in the Rajasadas, where your dharma was. Now you are speaking about dharma, righteousness, where it was. So you have no right to speak about righteousness. In the same way, where was the concept of righteousness when you pledged a woman? What right Dharmaputra had that? Huh? Then you may say, no. Panchali is the patni of wife, patni of Yudhishthira. Yes, Panchali was the patni of Yudhishthira, but that never gives the right to pledge Panchali. Then how you did that? Huh? So dharma, the term dharma or the term satya, it is not something to be taken and used according to our situations. No. When the forces of adharma are uniting together and attacking dharma, we must resort to the extreme limits, which normally in normal life we cannot do that. In our normal life we cannot do that. But in such situations, it is essential. That is the teaching given by Bhagavan Shri Krishna. But let me repeat this again and again. In normal life, we must not speak or we must not accept such teachings, because Veda says, Samulo va esha parishusyadi yaha anardam abhivadadi. One who speaks lies, completely, not only he himself, but the whole family, from the very root, that will go forever. All. There's no doubt in that. So don't say lie. That is the rule for us. But in extreme situations, when all the forces are coming together and are trying to attack and kill dharma for the protection or sustenance of dharma, we can go to that extreme points. That is the teaching of Sri Krishna in Mahabharata. So, not only in one situation, many situations are there in Mahabharata where Sri Krishna resorted to the same pattern. So, yeah, for the society, Tejedekam kulasyarthe, for the protection of the society, you have to renounce one for the whole. You have to renounce one for the whole. Tejedekam kulasyarthe. That is the rule. So for the protection of the whole society, you will have to That is, you will have to. That is the reply.
To establish I hope not blocking you. To establish, can I say? I rather not block the way, block the view. To establish that we had a certain amount of supremacy with science, you had to start with warfare, or you took an analogy of we having missiles in Ayodhya, missiles there. I could also relate, and I think you used the word warfare the most today. What I cannot comprehend, and I never could comprehend, why should war, why should a conflict be the determinant for deciding the virtuousness, the way you said the righteousness? Why is that? And then again, you use the word probably literally to suggest that our path is the only path, and that's a common theme. You know, you walk around, you travel across this country, you can always see hoardings that would claim Jesus is the only path. Probably if you go to probably a Muslim country, you could find that their religion is the only path. Why such things? And I thought my culture is inclusive. And to me, that is the conflict which I have with the definition of Hindutva, which what you said. And to another extent, to an extent which why I should be supreme. I do not want to be supreme, and nor do I want to be sublime. I want a coexistence. I would like to coexist everywhere.
I got the idea. I got the idea.
So about even to the extent that I know if you go back to your for all the explanations of Mahabharata, even Bhagavad Gita to a large extent is determined. It is a determinant of war. You know, again, the definition of good and bad. So I'm always conflicted. So I cannot, in my righteous mind, say that I have a better thinking. I cannot believe, and I do not believe a version of Hindutva is a determinant of self-supremacy.
See.
I hope you got it. I'm not.
Yeah. I got the idea. The thing is, never say, I am the greatest. Accept everybody, assimilate everything. That is the path of dharma. Never say, I am the greatest. Value everybody, accept the greatness in everything. We never say, we never teach, we are the greatest. But we must realize our responsibility. And you see, what happened to the culture, great culture in Greece? What happened to Rome? What happened to Babylonia? What happened to Mesopotamia? What happened to Maya? What happened to Inca? What happened to ancient cultures of the world? The whole world was united by the great thread of ancient cultures. What happened to them all? Go to Greece. Try to learn from the remains, what remains there. Go and see. dilapidated, distracted temples, huge structures, or the remains of great temples in Greece will speak to you if you are ready to hear the voice of stone. What happened? In the name of religion, let me repeat, in the name of faith-based religion, everything was distracted. Now what remains is, when we study about the ancient, I'm not using the word civilization, but let me use samskara. Ancient samskaras of the world, now this samskara, Bharatiya samskara, is remaining. It still remains. There were many samskaras. But in the name of religion, all were distracted. This is the point where we have to work. We have to spread the samskara that teaches us to assimilate, accept everybody, not to tolerate. Not to tolerate, to assimilate, accept and assimilate everybody. Who teaches the world, or who can teach the world, Vasudhaiva Kudumbakam. No other religion will teach this. Great teachers taught. For example, as far as we can get from the New Testament, Jesus taught. But Christianity will not teach. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Not that love thy neighbor as thy neighbor, no. Love your neighbor as your neighbor, no. Love your neighbor as yourself. Why? Because the Atman in you and Atman in him are one and the same. That is the only answer. So great teachers taught that. Religions will not teach that. If religions teach us, there will not come such a thing as religious conversion. The very base of religious conversion is, my religion is the greatest. If you want to go high, come to mine. Yours is cursed. This is not our attitude. So we value everybody, the greatness of everything, and we pray for the betterment of the whole world. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. That's our philosophy. So we have to teach this to the world. That is the only way to make the world great. Because in the name of religion, in the name of nationality, in the name of polity, the world is being divided again and again. Divisive forces are everywhere dividing. The theory of unification, oneness, where we are getting that? In the Shastras, in the Vedas. That never means the only great religion is my religion. No. It is the scientific approach. It is the scientific approach. Here in America itself, years back, there was a meeting in Chicago organized by the United Nations with many other not cultural organizations, many other religious groups, and the team of scholars from Bharat was led by Param Pujya Swami Dayananda ji. And so many sessions were there. And finally, as the conclusion or as the final decision of that meetings, there was a resolution. And that resolution said, the message we have to give to the world is universal tolerance. Then scholars who came from Bharat stood and said, no, the message of tolerance is not the thing we have to give to the world. But universal acceptance and assimilation is the message we have to give to the world. What is tolerance? What is toleration? See, here there are so many chairs and table. If I am sitting on one chair, I am considering myself as a vegetarian. I don't know what I am eating, what I am getting, but I am considering myself as a vegetarian. Just right in front of me, a man is coming and sitting, and he is putting different parts of snakes, scorpions, leeches, this, that, and he starts eating that. What will be the feeling I have within? That is the feeling of tolerance. Because there is no other way than tolerating. Because I am sitting in a public restaurant. If it is in my house, then I can say, no, it is not allowed. But in a public restaurant, I cannot say that. So what is the feeling within I am having? That is tolerance. So I am not respecting your religion, but I am tolerating. That is not the attitude we want. But the attitude we want is that of acceptance and assimilation. How we can do that? By realizing the essential unity of all manifestations. This is the teaching of the Vedas. So that is our duty, that is our responsibility to take this knowledge to everybody. It never means we are the greatest. I am trying to teach you that teaching which will make you consider others as yourself. You got it? There is no philosophy of supremacy. There is no any complex like inferiority complex or superiority complex, nothing that. Never we say, my religion is the greatest one, my God is the greatest, my text is the greatest. No. No. That is regarding the second part of your question. Then the first part is why battles? As long as selfishness is there in human being or the social psyche, battles will go on coming. As long as there is selfishness. But it's a fact. If I am accepting and I am accepting your individuality is the same as my individuality, and my right is same as your right, and you have the same right which I have, then there is no question of battles. But individuals are not doing this, societies are not doing this. So there are two ways. Either run away from strong fellow or fight against adharma. These are the two ways. These are the two ways. You can run away from a situation or stand against adharma. If you are running away, what will be the after effect? The second man also will have to run. Third man also will have to run. No. So there must be Brahma Virya, Kshatriya Virya. Brahma Tejas and Kshatriya Virya. Both these must be there in every individual and in every society. That is the teaching of the Veda. The concluding shloka of Bhagavad Gita, what it is? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. Tatra Shri Vijayaha Bhutihi Dhruvanitihi. Iti Matirmama. This, in my opinion, that alone is a Kshema Rashtra. See, we are speaking about Kshema Rashtra, a society where righteousness is there. There are four factors or four qualities for such a society. These are Shri Vijayaha Bhutihi Dhruvanitihi. Four factors are there which make a Rashtra a welfare state. Kshema Rashtra is a welfare state. What are they? One is Shri, wealth. Vijayaha, victory. Bhutihi, greatness. Dhruvanitihi. Dhruvaniti is justice, social justice. So where these four are there, it is a welfare state. So how such a state will come? How such a Kshema Rashtra will exist? This is the question. So it is well answered there, where there is Yogeshwaraha Krishnaha and where there is Dhanurdharaha Parthaha, that will become a welfare state. Yogeshwaraha Krishnaha means the manifestation of knowledge. And Dhanurdharaha Parthaha means that power. Because that crying Partha will not do. Despondent Partha will not do. Whereas mighty Partha, who is ready to fight, he must be there along with the wisdom of Veda. Both these must be united. Wisdom of Veda, the might of weapon. Both these must unite together. Their only welfare state will sustain. So, wars, battles, we are not advocates of battle. But as long as injustice is there, as a result of social selfishness, battles will be there. It's inevitable. So we cannot run away from the factual states of affairs. We cannot hide ourselves somewhere. So it is there. In a battlefield, the rule of battlefield must be there. So Bhagavan asked Arjuna to fight. Not that we must take weapons and fight here. No. So that is the point we have to ruminate again and again.
Namaskaram, Guruji. So when we talk about self, you have given an explanation a few minutes back. When you were explaining about Bharata, you said the light that ignites the thought is the self. And I've heard in different places where people say, I felt a vibration. So I feel a vibration, the inner energy, right? So what is the right way to experience the energy within oneself?
See, energy is not all. Energy and matter, both these are relative aspects of the supreme truth, supreme reality. Energy is not final, matter is not final. Both are different states of manifestations of the highest reality. Now, coming to the question, what is the way to manifest my own inner energy? Make ourselves focused. Energy is there, immensely it is there. So, to manifest it is, there is only one way, it is be focused. How to be focused? There are so many ways. All the paths of yoga are to have that focus. All the paths of yoga, that means there are different paths of yoga to make ourselves focused. Those who have devotion, those who can tread the path of bhakti, chanting mantras, doing pujas, chanting namas, kirtanas, bhajans, havans, all these will help to have that focus. But there may be some others who do not have that inclination. But they have the ability to serve the society in different ways, of course. Serve others who are in distress or need, helping others. So many social service activities, do that. And for others, that inclination may not be there, but they can do Shastra Swadhyaya, learning, studying Shastras, chanting mantras, studying Vedas or other scriptures, scriptural studies. Let them do that. There may be some others, by their guna structure, not at all have any inclination in these paths, but they can do asanas, pranayamas, yogasanas, this, that, Ashtanga yoga and all. So, whatever be the path acceptable for us or suitable for us, we can follow that. Nothing is higher, nothing is lower. All are equally great. But according to our temperament, according to our guna structure, we have to find out the best suitable way for us. For what? For focusing ourselves. Making our own inner being pure. Our inner instruments pure, so that our real nature will shine. That inner luminosity will manifest. Work for that. We cannot say this is the only path. No. According to the temperament or the guna structure, there are innumerable ways. Got the point? And even when we are speaking in this line, realize energy is not the ultimate. In the Upanishad it is very well explained, both this matter and energy are two relative planes of the ultimate reality. Ultimate reality is not the energy, not the matter. It is above both. This is well explained in Prashnopanishad. Namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji. In the last few years, there's been a lot of interpretation, I would say misinterpretation of Itihasas, right? Can you hear me? Yeah. So, for example, there was a controversy about Ramayana, Ramacharitam Manas, saying that there were some casteist remarks in that, etc. The question is that all these different versions of Ramayanas are based on the original Valmiki text, right? So why is no discussions around the original text? I've seen a lot of these debates, discussions where people were trying to defend or saying based on the situation in which Tulsidas wrote the Ramayana, etc. But why no discussion on the original text?
See, there are so many debates, discussions, criticisms, etc. on different versions of Ramayana. And why we are not taking the very basic text which is Valmiki Ramayana? Because of ignorance. That is the answer. See, there are hundreds of Ramayanas. In some Ramayanas, Rama is the villain and Ravana is the hero. Even such Ramayanas are there. So when we speak about Ramayana, the authentic Ramayana is Valmiki Ramayana. That is the Itihasa. We must go to that. We must learn that. Whenever any criticisms come, we must go to the original, authentic Ramayana. This is that. This is explained so. So this is to be accepted. Then that criticism will not last. See, the freedom we have to explain and interpret our own Shastras, it is the blessing we have. At the same time, it is the curse we have. Both pros and cons are there. We have immense freedom in explaining our own Shastras. We can write in many ways. We can speak in many ways. That freedom we have. But at the same time, when we go away from the authentic, basic Shastra, then such mismatchings will come. There are so many mismatching aspects in different Ramayanas. Contradictory versions are there. But in Valmiki Ramayana, there is no contradiction at all. There is no contradiction at all. So, when you study Adhyatma Ramayana, for example, or when you study Ramacharita or when you study Kamba Ramayana, or when you study Ananda Ramayana or Adbhuta Ramayana, if you feel anything as contradictory or illogical, don't go to any conclusion. Put the text there, take Valmiki Ramayana and study what is explained there. Then there will be no more criticism or contradictions. This is the only way. You got that? For example, if somebody who is studying this Adhyatma Ramayana alone, take the case of Adhyatma Ramayana. He learned only Adhyatma Ramayana. He has seen only Adhyatma Ramayana. And when he read Adhyatma Ramayana, a question comes with him. Why sage Gautama cursed Ahalya? What was wrong with Ahalya? There is no answer in Adhyatma Ramayana. There is no answer. And of course, feminist movements will start shouting slogans against Adhyatma Ramayana. Because sage Gautama have no right to curse Ahalya, and he did. Ahalya did nothing wrong. Even then, Gautama cursed. You go to Valmiki Ramayana, the answer is there. When Indra approached Ahalya, Ahalya thought, oh, Indra came to me. Huh? I am such a beautiful woman that Indra himself came to me. She offered everything to Indra and said, oh, now my husband will come. So quickly you escape from this place. Otherwise it will be disastrous. Immediately Gautama came and he saw Indra and he cursed Indra. Then he saw Ahalya was shivering with fear. Then he cursed Ahalya also. This part is not there in the Adhyatma Ramayana. So taking Adhyatma Ramayana or taking Ramacharita or taking the Malayalam version of Adhyatma Ramayana or taking Kampa Ramayana, so many debates or criticisms will come. It is quite natural. Because all these acharyas wrote for different purposes. They took some parts from Valmiki Ramayana to explain some aspects of Ramayana. For example, Adhyatma Ramayana is to explain only the bhakti aspect, nothing else. So to explain the bhakti aspect, Adhyatma Ramayana was written. It is not the Valmiki Ramayana. You got the point?
I got the point, but my question was, when I look at the people who are involved in the debates, discussions, they were all saints and heads of muds.
They are saying?
They were all learned people, they were all heads of religious institutions, but always they were trying to defend Ramacharita, never going back to the original text.
That I cannot say, because I am not speaking that. Why they are speaking, I cannot say. Ask them. Why you are not taking Valmiki Ramayana? And see, one scholar or one religious head or the head of a denomination or one who is famous in the society, that never means he is a scholar in Shastra. See, I am saying, I am Pandita Ratnam Swami Chidananda Puriji. Who am I? I am not Swami Chidananda Puriji, I am Pandita Ratnam Swami Chidananda Puriji. It never means I am Pandita Ratnam. It means an organization gave such an award and I can use that name, Pandita Ratnam. It never means I am not Pandita Ratnam. Or it never means I am Pandita Ratnam. No. Such a title was given by Samskrita Bharati. It never means I am a Pandita. But I am posing myself as a Pandita. And I had taken tens of thousands of classes. That never means I am a scholar. It means I can present some subjects in the society which is acceptable to the society. As it is acceptable to them, the next people will come and invite me. Then the third people, they will come and invite. And I will be a famous man. That never means I am a scholar. I am a Vidwan. The fame is something. Being the head of some denomination is something. Being the head of ashrama is something. and a real knower, it is something else. So always we must go to the source, we must discuss what is written there or what is taught there. And sometimes we will have to go above the verbal meanings and what is the implicated meaning that we have to realize. Then the problem is not there. There is no more problem. But we are defending Ramacharita or we are defending Adhyatma Ramayana, we are defending this, we are defending that. If I am a Vaishnava, I will always go on defending the beliefs of Vaishnavas. If I am a Shaiva, I will always be defending the views of the Shaivas. That must go. I can respect Shaiva, I can respect Vaishnava, I can respect Shakteya, but I must have a logical thinking within myself. My approach must be rational and I must go to the source. That is my reply. Why they are speaking, I don't know.
So don't you think it's high time that that all the go together and
Microphone like this.
yeah. So don't you think it's high time that all the religious heads got together and in the interest of Sanatana Dharma decided that who is the authority who is going to talk on?
Okay. So don't you think that in the interest of Sanatana Dharma, that all the religious heads should get together and decide who is the authority who is going to talk on specific topics? Because that is the biggest problem that we have right now. There are so
See,
many
this is the biggest problem. And because of the freedom we are having, this problem will last forever. In earlier days, we can see in the Upanishads, there were customs or unwritten rules, not written rules, unwritten rules. The scholars must meet together and participate in debates, discussions, and always update their own knowledge. For example, we can go to Chandogya Upanishad, we can see such debates were there. And see, there are two versions of Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda and Shukla Yajurveda. In the Vishnu Purana, there is a story regarding how these two divisions came. It is a story, it's only a story, but the story, even though it is a story, it gives a great message to us. And that message is, there was a meeting of scholars, and it was decided all the scholars must attend that meeting. So today we are sitting here. Kerala Hindus of New Jersey organized this meeting. And they invited, you must come, you must come. If somebody asks, if I am not coming, what punishment you will give? No punishment, we have no right to punish you. If you like, you can come. If you don't like, you must not come. If you are coming without likeness and sitting, you yourself will get bored and it will be a problem for others also. That negative waves will spread around, so don't come. Only interest people must come. But in those days, it was the rule that you must participate. So when the invitation was going on, there was a question, if somebody is not able to participate, what punishment must be given? So in this meeting, scholars will decide what will be the punishment if you are not attending the next meeting. So they decided Brahmahatya will come to those scholars who is not attending the next meeting. Brahmahatya is the highest pataka. So somehow, how I don't know, somehow Vaishambhayana could not attend. Then what happened? Brahmahatya came. Then when Brahmahatya came to the teacher, all the students were discussing what we have to do to protect our Guru. What should I do? What should I do? This was the discussion. Then Yajnavalkya stood, you people, what nonsense you are thinking. You have no energy to say, protect our Guru. I am enough. I will protect my Guru. Then it was considered as very bad, you see. There were so many students and one fellow standing and saying, I am enough for protecting my Guru. Even though the inner thought was good, the way he expressed was not good. That was equal to making others lower than himself. Then the Guru said, this is not the way you have to behave, and this is not good for you. You get out of this place. Then the Shishya said, I don't want such a Guru who is this much short-tempered. Then the Guru said, if it is so, you must vomit all the knowledge you have learned from here. Then immediately this fellow vomited and he went away. Seeing the greatness of that, others started eating that. How? Becoming or taking the form of birds. So there were two versions of Yajurveda. One, that which was vomited by Yajnavalkya and eaten by others. That is one version. This Yajnavalkya went and did penance. Finally Surya, Bhagavan, he came before Yajnavalkya and asked, what do you want? I want Yajurveda. So the Surya Bhagavan taught him Yajurveda, and that Yajurveda is Shukla Yajurveda. The earlier was Krishna Yajurveda. This is a story. Only a story. This is only a story. But this says how different versions are coming. This Veda, Yajurveda itself, was divided into two. So your question was, who is competent to represent Sanatana Dharma? Who is fit, who is eligible? That decision must come. Actually, there were sessions where all scholars must sit together and discuss and accept a final version and teach. Nowadays, such a practice is not there, and I am considering myself as the greatest scholar, and the other fellow is considering himself as the greatest scholar, and there is no examination to show who is. All these sorts of nonsense are going on in the world. So in our Shastras there is clearly defined paths, methodologies, everything is prescribed. But nowadays this is happening. What we can do? So many problems are there. We all know that. What we can do is spread Shastra as much as we can. That is the only way. We cannot stop anybody, because there is no such a system. If it is in the case of organized religions, there is a system. If somebody is erring or deviating from the path, then there are somebody in the higher position to stop him. But in Sanatana Dharma, in Hindu Dharma, such a system is not there. What we can do?
No, it was there.
It was there. It was there. Even before Shankaracharya, it was there. But in the present day world, practically there is no such a system existing. So that is a problem. Practical problem is there. So many are teaching our Shastras just to tarnish the Dharma. With that motive, so many are teaching. Then we can see around us. What we can do? There is only one way to get rid of darkness. That is putting the light on. So study our Shastras, then we will realize what is right and what is wrong. There is no other way. We cannot stop anybody. This is the practical answer. There was, but what we will do today? If I am saying, you must not do this, who will hear me? I mean, it's not Swami Chidananda Puriji, one man.
Swamiji, how can we be Vishwaguru if our house is not in order?
See, it is evolving. There are different levels of teachings, different acharyas, different paths. Of course, we are accepting that. But slowly and slowly, that the churning, it is happening, and the society is evolving, that is happening, and it will go on and on. There is no doubt in that. It is happening. Our duty is to be truthful, learn our Shastras, spread them as much as we can, and be truthful to ourselves. It is evolving. It will evolve. There is no doubt in that. Even when Hanuman was there, even when Vishwamitra and Vasishthas were there was Kalanemi. In the Valmiki Ramayana, we can see Kalanemi. But it was there. So there is no problem. When Vasishtha and Vishwamitra were there, Jabali taught against Dharma. But Sri Rama, he didn't accept that. All these are there. Yes. I think now we can conclude. Huh? Oh. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.